Well, I've got to say, even here in Australia, we want to know what's in those files, so hopefully it's all released. Now, you mentioned Joe Biden's health earlier. The House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says that former Vice President Kamala Harris and former First Lady Jill Biden should be subpoenaed in the panel's investigation into former President Joe Biden's mental capacity while in office. Beau, suffice to say, Americans deserve the truth about who knew what about Biden's mental capacity.
They do. They deserve the truth about Epstein. They deserve the truth about JFK. They deserve the truth about Trump's health. And they deserve the truth about Joe Biden's health. And here's the problem. When you look at subpoenas with Jill Biden and Kamala Harris, that should happen. Comer is onto something here. I think he's absolutely right to do it because the great Dr. Jill Biden, okay, she's not a medical doctor. We'll put that aside for a second, but she is a doctor. They made a point to tell us that time and time again. She knew about her husband's mental health. I almost hold Jill Biden more accountable for this than anybody else because she knew it. But she was so greedy, so power hungry to keep her husband in power. She said nothing. She did nothing. And the same is true of Kamala Harris. Surely she knew about this. Surely she knew she was slipping, but she was the heir apparent, right? If Joe Biden became the president again, it likely would have fallen to Kamala Harris because he might have resigned at some point, and Kamala Harris would have been the first female president of the United States. So you see both women here in these positions were so greedy for power that they said and they did nothing. I want those doctors subpoenaed of Joe Biden's. I want Jill subpoenaed, and I want Kamala subpoenaed. And I believe truly that the conspiracy to keep Biden afloat, to keep this information under wraps, is vile and is twisted and is sick as the effort to keep Donald Trump from staying in office or getting a second term. I believe it's honestly that bad. And the auto pen as well. Don't forget the auto pen. I believe that's equally bad.
Absolutely. There is no doubt they all knew and even corroborated this big cover-up. Beau Davidson, good to see you. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure as always.